So it's that time of year, right? Diploma in hand, new graduates think they are done learning. But wealth advisor Mark Lamkin is here from Lamkin Wealth Management, and he says that there are 5 things that new grads need to hear from their parents. And you know, Mark, they don't want to hear it.
They need to hear it from someone because they're not going to listen to their parents. So they're going to listen to us today.
I think they're more likely to listen to you because it's like this time of year, you get so excited for graduates. We give them money, we give them gift cards, and then we think, God, I hope they spend it the right way. Or I hope that they're going to start a plan, and you have an idea to kind of get them started with a plan.
Yeah, so here's number one, and I call it the Starbucks Millionaire. And, and compound interest really is the 8th wonder of the world, right? So $5 a day. We talked about a Starbucks latte. If you're 20 years old, $5 a day, $150 a month, $1,800 a year. The lifetime of the stock market is about 10% a year, right? So 21 Starbucks coffee a day by the time you're 60 years old, if you get the market average, is $1 million.
Isn't that crazy?
So is that coffee worth $1 million to you?
No.
That's what you've got to ask yourself.
You need a reusable
that's
cup.
literally, that's the stats, right? So that's number one.
Yeah.
Is the miracle of compound interest. The rule of 72 says, whatever you earn, 72 divided by 7 or 10% is 7.2 years a year.
Yeah.
Right? Every time that your
but
money
honestly,
doubles.
if you could set aside that money rather than buying Starbucks and stick it into an account
That's
and then
simple.
stick it into some kind of, savings or stocks after that.
Just a nice mutual fund inside your 401k for your viewers. All they got to do is email me. I'll help. But at that, and number two, I do the hiring for our companies. Barnos, the Lamkin Wealth, and sometimes the furniture companies. But the first thing I do
is go to social media.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Which is our next point, because I don't feel like sometimes graduates get the idea between this is my personal social media account and this is my business account, because you can see things you don't want to see if you know everything about them.
If you're cursing, if you're degrading to people, if you've got alcohol in every single picture, I'm not going to hire you. Right?
Yeah.
Number 3, taxes. Most people don't understand taxes. And listen, I'm proud to pay taxes in this country, but I'm just as proud to pay half as much, right?
You don't want to give it all away. You work hard for that money.
Question of the day. What's the difference between tax avoidance and tax planning? Prison. So take your time to 4,400 pages of tax changes. Make sure that you understand that. If you're a graduate, you get your first job, go sit down with a qualified CPA and just do some talking on that.
And talk about like credit and credit score management, because I have like the Experian app on my phone, right? And I just always, because I mean, identity theft, it's scary, right? I can see if somebody opened an account, but I just think it's important for grads to understand my credit matters, my credit score matters. How do I manage credit?
I sound like Forrest Gump because I say, Mama always told me. Well, Mama always told me good credit's something they can never take away from you, and just pounded that in my head, because they're going to give you credit cards on campus, whether they should or not. And the big thing is the identity theft. Jennifer and I had our taxes stolen 2 years ago from someone in California. So LifeLock is something, get your credit report free every single year and go through it. And that credit card, everybody needs at least one to establish that credit.
I was going to say, when kids go off to college, is it important for you to get them a credit card just to set up good credit?
As a parent, help. $500 limit, tops, right? But you need something to show that you're responsible.
Yeah.
And the other thing is if you have 3 or 4 or 5 credit cards, sometimes it can hurt you. If you're delinquent or behind and close that credit card, it will hurt your credit score. So if it's lengthy credit and you've had it, so go ahead and close that credit card. You don't need more than 1 or 2 if you're a recent college grad. You need one. You definitely need one for emergencies, but have it. And
finally, the power of networking.
This is the most powerful thing. Your biggest moment in life is going to show up when you least expect it.
Yeah.
Right? And so join that Chamber of Commerce as a young person. Join, if you're a doctor, get in that physician's network. I talked to a young lady yesterday that came for some advice, and I said, she needed to be in CRE, Kentucky Real Estate Exchange Association, versus Kentucky Real Estate Association, which is just for residential realtors, right? So you can go in there and network, and I promised her over the next 5 years, she will get one of the biggest opportunities of her life. And to be able to use that network to change careers or to see what's out there. The network is the most powerful thing as a graduate that you need to work on, and you can't ignore that. The old Rolodex that they used to have, they don't even know that word, right?
Yeah.
But you can go and use that to network in. My buddy Chris Valletto, who's the CEO of Mission, the 6 degrees of separation. that you can get you to anybody. He uses that LinkedIn, and he can get a meeting with almost anybody. And I use it as well to get with somebody.
Can't you look back in your life, though, and say, this person led me to this job, to this opportunity? I can, too. Right? That matters so much.
My aunt got me my first job. My aunt, Fran Brown, thank you if you're watching, right? And so, again, got me my first job. The CEO of the company that I work for today, that's owned by Fidelity, hired me in 1991, and I stayed in touch because of my networking. And now and then, I'll drop the power of the handwritten card is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable, and I'm a big believer in that.
Kids nowadays,
big believer of that. Yes.
Their emails or texting, no.
Get them some nice
Handwritten
cards,
note
handwritten
or
note.
make a call. So the power of networking is astounding. Here's my biggest recommendation today, other than Starbucks Millionaire.
Yeah.
Read a book on networking.
Yep.
It is a science, not an art.
Get your
You're
head
not
out of
born
your
with
phone
it.
and start communicating.
Amen, sister.
So much more to get to. All right, we're going to
You got
spin
it.
the wheel, and we're going to catch up on your
Can't
more.
wait.
I know. I don't.
Right?
I want to see what else you're giving away. Right. So if you are interested in getting more information or scheduling your first visit with Mark Lamkin, head on over to lamkinwealth.com or give him a call at 690-6764.